Hi, 10th Indian Cine Film Fest 2022. This is Shashwat Gupta. I am a journalist from Goa, and my documentary film titled Learning in Tiger Land has been selected for screening at the prestigious film festival. How did I come up with the idea for this documentary film? As I just introduced myself, that I am a journalist with more than 20 years of field experience, and we all know how last 2 years have been, in 2020-21, how it has been totally rocked by Corona, and there are some places like in the famous Sundarbans, the islands which are also home to the country's Royal Bengal tiger population, and it has been also troubled by the series of cyclones like Amphan, Yash, and it has wreaked havoc in Sundarbans. So it was very important for me to understand that how the life has been affected in the Sundarbans, where on one hand we have the threat of tiger looming large. On the other hand, there has been the series of cyclones that have savaged the islands of Sundarbans on Bay of Bengal. So in this endeavor, I wanted to find out as to what exactly has happened to the people of this island who are staying in remote places cut off from the mainland West Bengal, and how their lives have been wrecked, especially how it has affected the education of children who are the most neglected lot. I had to travel numerous islands and find out people who could speak on this matter. Now they are inhabitants of islands who have hardly interacted with the mainstream media, and they are not very comfortable to come in front of camera to suddenly start speaking because they don't know me. So I had to take help of a local NGO and go about my work and ensure that this documentary is completed. So speaking about human and financial resources, managing human and financial resources, well, I didn't have any external source of funding. I had to spend money from my own pocket, on my own salary. So challenges faced during shooting this film, the main challenge was, it was very difficult to get the people to talk, especially the children who are very shy, camera shy, and we know that children are not somebody who will remain stable at one place. So getting them to do their work, do their studies, and at the same time talk to me and express themselves the way I want was really a task. Apart from that, geographical location was very remote. There was no network there, and some shoots that were done on the boat, the boat was like, it was height of monsoon time, and the currents were high, the tide was high, and hence the boat was also wavering, unstable. So naturally there was to stabilizing the camera was also a big issue. Sound was an issue because a lot of wind was blowing, there was water wave sound was there. So dealing with these challenges was there while shooting. So how different was the output from what was originally envisaged? Well, initially I thought, like every journalist thinks, that we will get a good negative story where we will show how people are suffering, children are suffering, and they are left to mercy of God and there's nobody to take care of them. But to my extreme surprise, I found that these children Despite all the hardships, the children are still determined to do their studies. The main objectives of these children is to elevate their families from the abject poverty that they are in through getting themselves educated. So the target audience for this film basically is the government, is first things first, the government authorities, West Bengal government authorities, who will see that despite their non-intervention and their lack of support, how some well-meaning Samaritans are ensuring that the show must go on, people must get educated, and the lives are not affected by the hardships that they are facing. And it goes without saying that the NGOs themselves cash strapped. So in those scenarios where these NGOs are like Swapna Puran are raising their own resources and are fighting day in and day out to ensure that the people suffering is reduced. And then of course, people who live a reasonably comfortable life and are pretty much detached by the problems of our own brethren living in the hinterlands. I wish all the very best to the participants of 10th Indian
I am an
Cine Film
independent
Fest 2022.
documentary filmmaker looking for financial support and collaboration. Anybody who wishes to support me in my endeavor can contact me on my email ID. I can be contacted on my mobile